I wanted to compare the two laser machines that I have in case it was helpful if someone was kind of on the edge deciding what they wanted and they were considering these two. So I have the Mira 9 and a Glowforge Pro, and I'm gonna just show you a few things that matter to me when I'm comparing these. I mean, the size is pretty ridiculously different. The price is not that ridiculously different. I will break that down for you. I have to look up exactly what they are right now because I ordered the Glowforge 2 years ago. This machine is probably, this is a refurbished machine. It's been replaced 4 times because of errors with the machine. So I don't know the exact age on this one, but it's older, so I'm gonna have to look up what I paid versus what I paid for this. But let me show you some logistical things on my computer. Okay, so this is the Glowforge website, and I'm not actually gonna cut this out, so it doesn't matter if it's all lined up. It's got the camera, and I've typed in all of the settings that I need for this type of wood, and we're just gonna hit the print button to see how long it will take. One thing I don't love about Glowforge and their software is it takes forever, and I've had a lot of issues with the fan and I'll show you real quick. I'll show you in a minute. Let's just see how long this is gonna take. It takes forever to load, and see how much time it's gonna take, and then you have to get up and push the button. Once it's all ready, you can see this is taking quite a bit of time. While we're waiting, let's go to the Lightburn software, and this is what I use for my Mira, and I'm clearly not gonna cut this out on this cutting board. That was another thing I just wanted to show you guys, but let's go to preview to see how long this will take. So 4 minutes and 55 seconds to cut this one shape out. And then this one, 22 minutes and 11 seconds. I call it the slow forge because it's one thing that I really don't like about the machine. It takes so long. Actually, I kind of want to show you guys. I'm going to print this out to show you guys the difference in how slow it moves, because you sort of need to see this. Alright, when she's ready, she lights up and you have to get up and push the button. I want you to pay attention to how loud this machine is too. Can't even see anything engraved yet. I feel like I have to shout with how loud it is because it's going so slow. I'll show you the difference with the other machine. I don't want to make you watch all 22 minutes. While I'm waiting for that to cut out, I just wanted to show you that the lines per inch right here are 225. And on here, let's see what I set it at, 340. Let's try it 340 here just to see the time difference. Let's keep it equal. That way you can really, now let's do, okay, so 5 minutes and 58 seconds. Still 4 times faster. It's just as slow cutting as it is engraving. You can change those settings, but I find I have to use these settings if I want it to cut all the way through. there she is. All right, now that I've taken a nap and shower in the 20 minutes that took, let's start the other machine. And I just pushed that button, and you can see, I'm gonna turn the fan on. It's still significantly quieter. I don't feel like I have to shout over the machine. Both of these are vented through my window. I vent them both out the windows nearby. I had the filter with the Glowforge and it was full in about 2 months, and I've just never used it since, so I don't recommend upgrading to that option if you go that route. But this should just take 4 minutes. I'll show you an engraving in a sec. Let's fast forward. Alright, so here she is engraving much faster. And this is the same lines per inch as the other machine. I was joking about walking away from my machine, by the way. I sat in this room the whole time. I would not recommend walking away from any laser machine while it's operating. I've had this one spark. I've had the Glowforge actually catch fire. I was in the room, so I was able to blow it out right away, but it could have been really bad. Do not walk away from either machine. Both of mine have cameras, as you could see from my computer screen, so there's not really a difference in that regard. I find them both to be equally accurate. This one's just much faster engraving, much quieter. And then I want to show you guys one more thing, two more things. One, you can see that this machine has been used quite a bit by the marks on the grates. I find this one much easier to keep clean. The Glowforge, let me show you guys the inside of my Glowforge. It's disgusting. It's dirty. I find it really hard to keep clean, and I wipe it down fairly often, but this part comes off, and this fan, anytime dust gets in it, stops working. So it's sort of a pain. I find, I don't use this very often, but I find that I have to clean it once a week if I want it to actually operate. And this one I've cleaned twice, and I've had it 8 months now. So that's a big factor for me with my time. So another thing I wanted to show you is to see how dirty. That's so gross. To engrave something like this cutting board, she's a big one. Let's zoom out so you can see better. To engrave something like this cutting board in the Glowforge machine, I would have to take this tray out, and then I would have to level it. So sometimes I've used something like this to put under and stack and get it to the exact height, which is really annoying to have to deal with, because this part right here goes back and forth only. It doesn't move up or down, and that's a limitation that I really don't like with this machine, and I'll show you why it's so much easier on the other. Here's another angle. I love all the glass on this, so you can see exactly what's going on. It's fun to watch. It's going real quick. She's almost done, and then I'll show you how the cutting board works on this machine. Alright, so if I were engraving this board on this machine, I would just go to this setting and lower the bed, and you can see how much cleaner it looks in here versus the other machine. And then I'm just going to move this over and autofocus it. Hit enter, and it's gonna determine the depth, and it's gonna move the machine to adjust to, sorry, I'll turn the fan off so you can hear me better. It's gonna move the machine automatically to the correct depth, and then it's ready to go. That's so much easier for me personally, so much better in my opinion. It's just a lot more efficient for my time. It fits a lot more materials. It can lower pretty significantly. I've got this turner right here that will do tumblers. I've only done a few, but it was fairly straightforward. Let me know if you have any questions about either machine. I'm happy to answer them. I'm not being paid by anybody to make this video. I'm just sharing my opinion. So hope that's helpful.